Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Brascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining everyone today. So today we'll be doing from chapter 11, Bhagavad Gita, verse 13. So, as many of you might know, how many of you have read Bhagavad Gita? If I can have a show of hands. It's nice. 2. Okay. So maybe we can do a little bit of summary of Bhagavad Gita and then go into verse. So Krishna is an amazing speaker. He's like the best public speaker ever. So what does a public speaker do? He first, when he starts his talk, he tells what he's going to talk about. And then he summarizes his talk. And then he gives the talk, and at the end, again, he gives a summary or conclusion. So in Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters, and Krishna does the same. So in first chapter, Krishna doesn't talk really. It's more of scene setting and how things are moving around. Krishna talks from second chapter onwards. So that's where, the title of second chapter is Contents of Bhagavad Gita Summarized. So that's the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. So when he starts, he gives the summary of what all he's going to talk about. And then from chapter 3 to 17, he gives all the teachings. In those teachings, we can divide all these chapters into 3 parts. So the first part is called as Karma Yoga, or the Yoga of Success. So he talks about karma and how it works. So how through work we can connect with Krishna or connect with divinity. So that's the first 6 chapters. And then the middle 6 chapters, he talks about Yoga of Love or Bhakti Yoga. And then in last 6 chapters, he talks about yoga of wisdom or Jnana Yoga. So from 2nd to 17, he gives the knowledge. And then in 18th chapter, again, he summarizes. So very beautifully, he does this entire setup of how the Bhagavad Gita is spoken. He gives all the knowledge to Arjun in that way. And then again, for us to then meditate on. So many questions. So it's a dialogue between Krishna and Arjun. And so many questions Arjun is asking and Krishna is answering. So this is chapter 11, which we will be looking at. That's not the verse which is on the board. Maybe we can look at it here. If you have your phones, you can go in your browser and type Vedabase, and you will see Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. And maybe if you can go on 11th chapter, verse 13, you will find the Sanskrit there. So maybe you can repeat after me. This is chapter 11, verse 13. Tatrekastam jagat krishnam pravibhaktam anekada apashyad devasya sharire pandavastada. Thank you. And the translation is, at that time Arjun could see in the universal form of Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe, situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. So that's the translation. Let's look at the purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word tatra, there, is very significant. It indicates that both Arjun and Krishna were sitting on chariot when Arjun saw the universal form. Others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjun. Arjun could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. As we learn from Vedic scriptures, there are many universes and many planets. Some of them are made of earth, some are made of gold, and some are made of jewels. Some are very great, some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjun could see all this, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjun and Krishna. Hare Krishna. That's a very beautiful purport, but difficult to digest and understand what does the universal form mean. So 11th chapter is all about universal form. This is when Arjun, after understanding Krishna, now he is asking him to show himself. So Krishna not only is a very good teacher, but is also a wonderful, is not only a wonderful public speaker, but also a teacher. So what does a teacher do? A teacher tries to explain students by audio, by explaining, and he also understands that a student would understand through seeing. So you see that those who are in corporate, they might understand that just listening to a talk is a bit difficult for our mind to really stay there. But if you look at a slide pack or some pictures, then it's easy to understand. So this is how Krishna is now trying to explain Arjun. So in chapter 10, he gave an audio version, you could say. So he explained how he is like a sun, or he in the sounds he is Om, or he was giving in the water he is taste of the water. So all these examples he gave in chapter 10 to explain what he is. So just to give an idea to Krishna, to Arjun, that how can he relate to Krishna and how can he understand the splendor of Krishna. And in chapter 11, Arjun is in verse, I think 11 or 10. Arjun saw Sanjay say, but you cannot say. Oh, Arjun, in one of, best of Bharata, see the different manifestations. In 5, I think. Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjun, O Partha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms. So this is how he has started. So let me just quickly read you through these verses. So it starts with Arjun saying, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now dispelled. So when the Bhagavad Gita started, Arjun was like, I'm not going to fight. I want to run away from this. I don't want to fight with my own family. And now he understands slowly that it is his duty. He has to do it. And over the time, he has asked various questions on how to understand this setup, and Krishna is answering him. So with that question and answer, now Arjun is saying that my doubts are dispelled, the illusion is gone. And in the second verse he is saying, O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity, and have realized your inexhaustible glories. So he's now explaining, now I understand your glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in the actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how have you entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So Krishna has entered into this universe. So Krishna is into the spiritual world. So in this picture over here at the back, you can see that Krishna is in the spiritual world, and all the yellow dots, they are basically various universes. And each and every universe, Krishna enters and then impregnates it. So Arjun is asking over here, how have you entered here? I want to see your universal form. And then Krishna tells him that yes, now I will. And then the way he asks him, that is also very wonderful. In verse 4, if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form. So such a humility. He is actually the best of Kshatriyas, and he knows that he is a friend of Krishna and he's so close cousin, but still he takes a permission. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic powers, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So that's Arjun, and here we see the humility which Arjun is showing, and then Krishna, of course. So sometimes there are things that why did Krishna show his universal form? So one of the important reason of why did he show is for Arjun, because Arjun asked for it. Because when it is said that Krishna is dependent on his devotees. He is almighty. He is controller of everything. He is the supreme enjoyer. But he is under control of his pure devotees. So because his pure devotee has asked him, he can't say no. So he has to show him his universal form like that. So that's very beautiful there. So overall, in chapter 11, it starts with this. It starts with the request. So Arjun starts with asking, can I see your universal form? Now that I have heard about you in chapter 10, now I want to see you. I want to have your darshan. And then, so again, another reason for showing of the universal form to Arjun is that Krishna wanted to dispel any of the doubts of people like us in later ages might have, that was Krishna really a god, or was he just a blue-eyed, blue-bodied boy who was stealing butter? So we should not have that misunderstanding that he was just a cowherd boy. He was supreme personality of Godhead. He was God himself, like that. So that was also one of the important reasons why the universal form was shown. And so that's the first part of the chapter 11. So what we are doing is, we looked at the Bhagavad Gita, like how the chapters are been arranged. Now we are looking at chapter 11 itself. So the first part of chapter 11 is where Arjun is requesting, can you show me the universal form, and the various reasons he is giving. Because devotees, when they start hearing about Lord, they want to hear more and more because they are in love with the Lord, like that. So Arjun is asking, can you please show me, can I see your form? If I am eligible, or if you think so, I am eligible to do so. And then in the second part, Krishna actually shows his universal form, and that is described on how he starts expanding, and then Arjun is seeing everything in that universal form. Arjun is seeing himself. Arjun is seeing past, present, and future. He's also seeing the result of the war, the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He's seeing that all the fighters in the Kurukshetra who are now standing, how they all will be dying. Everything he is seeing in that universal form. And then he also sees himself and Krishna on the chariot like that. So he sees everything. And then how it is scary as well for him. So later on, in the later part, so first is he requests, second part of the chapter is where the universal form is shown, and then Sanjaya, because Sanjaya is seeing all these things and he is explaining everything to Dhritarashtra, the blind king. So he is explaining all these things, that this is how things are happening on the battlefield. And now Arjun is really overwhelmed by seeing that where, like, universal form. Can you imagine? In the previous verse, it says that in verse 12, is it 12? Yeah. If hundreds and thousands of suns were to rise at once into sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. So you can just imagine, our imagination also can't reach there. So hundreds and thousands of suns, if they rise at once in the sky, that radiance might resemble, they are not even saying will resemble. Sanjay is saying might resemble to the effulgence, to the light which has been created, the radiance which has been created at that time when the universal form is shown. So Arjuna got a little bit overwhelmed and he's thinking, oh my God, Arjun, I'm your cousin. So before, when I was like, only your cousin, thinking that you are just my cousin, I used to play with you, maybe I have eaten food from your plate, and we have been so close to each other. So in those moments, if I have done any offense, so I'm sorry for that, like that. So he is now overwhelmed, he is now thinking that, oh my God, this is God himself. So the reality is dawning on him. And then he becomes overwhelmed and he is saying, now I really want you to show your original form, your two-armed forms. I can't stand this anymore, the Virat Roop, the universal Vishwaroop, like that. And then in the last part, so these are the prayers. So he offers prayers to Krishna, saying that, your universal form, and I can't behold it, and it's too much for me to digest. So please come back to your two-handed forms, which I am used to see, and I want to see you again in that form. And in the last part, Krishna comes back to his two-armed form, like that. So beautiful. So in Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, who is spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, maybe you can see that picture, the second picture over there after Srila Prabhupada. So that's Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. So once he came down for darshan and he forgot his specs. He used to wear specs. So he forgot his glasses. And one of his disciples said that, oh, you forgot your glasses, because you have to take darshan, so you have to see the Lord. Then he said that, no, what would I'm not having that vision of seeing the Lord. Because the bhakti is not, of course it was his humility, my bhakti is not at that level that I would see the Lord. Let Lord see me. So when we come for darshan, actually we should let Lord see us, because we don't have that level of understanding where we can see the Lord. What we can see is possibly marble or metal or wood, the form which we see, but we can't see beyond, because our vision is not developed at that level, like that. So that's a very beautiful pastime. It was his humility though, but still very nice to understand that pastime of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So in this verse, if we can go back to the verse, now we discussed about the overall understanding. We looked at the chapter, understanding that what all the chapter holds. So it holds the request, then it holds the form itself, and then the prayers, and then last coming back to the of Krishna coming back to the two-armed forms, like that. So you can remember this in these 4 steps, chapter 11. So let's look at this purport. So here Krishna is explained as in the verse Apashya Deva Devasya. So Deva Devasya. So here Krishna is been explained that he is God of all the gods. So all the demigods, normally we call Devatas as demigods. So he is God of all the gods as well. So he's, he's been glorified here as the God of all the gods. And then how Arjun is explaining him that can you please get into the universal form. One of the important teachings of this particular chapter, and especially this particular part over here, is that Krishna is in control of everything. Now, it's very difficult to digest, isn't it, when somebody tells us that you are not in control of things. So it could be two ways. For some people, they would feel scared that, oh, I don't have control over things. What does that mean? Things will go haywire and, I just have to, follow that. And some people might feel actually at ease. That thank God, things are not under my control, so somebody else is taking care of it, like that. So that's the most important lesson of this particular chapter, that Krishna, who in this chapter actually shows his universal form and establishes that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the universe. He is the supreme enjoyer. He is controlling everything, and we are sort of puppets. And the more we resist, it's us who are going to struggle. If we surrender to his plan, then it will be an easy flow, isn't it? It will be an easy flow. But what happens is, because we also have our own little world where we also want to be, God of our own thing. So we resist. You see that people who are perfectionists, they want everything, like that. They are really frustrated. They get frustrated very quickly because they want to control things. But that can't happen. There are certain things which are under our control and certain things which are not been controlled by us. So that's the understanding which we have to have within ourselves, that when we see that things are going as per our will, then we should understand that yes, maybe this divinity wants to have it flown in this way. And if we see that things are not as per our plan, it's all right. We should accept that, thinking that this is the plan of divinity and let me accept it as it is, like that. Yeah? So here, Prabhupada is explaining that the word tatra, the first word tatra, there, is very significant. It indicates that both Arjun and Krishna were sitting on the chariot when Arjun saw all this universal form. So seeing of the universal form sometimes becomes a bit difficult to understand. So you see that especially during COVID times, Zoom became really very famous. And in that one 15-inch screen, you used to see like maybe, 10, 15 people at once at same time. So maybe, that would help you to, otherwise, we all on an average have a height of 5 to 6 feet, isn't it? But even if you could imagine that, oh, can I see so many people at same time in one screen? It feels impossible. But because now we have seen, oh yeah, that's possible on Zoom. So you can think that this is human intelligence. What about God's intelligence? So when you are reading this particular chapter about universal form, you can think it in that way, that human can achieve so many things. So what about God's intelligence? What when God himself, is acting on certain things, like that? So that's very beautiful here. I'm just trying and seeing if we have missed anything. On the prayer part, maybe we can elaborate on this. So later on, when Arjun feels a bit overwhelmed by seeing the universal form and he starts offering prayers. So there's one thing which I was listening while I was preparing for this, and which really stuck with me, and I thought I would share here, though it is not connected to this particular verse. But prayer, in that particular thing which I was reading, prayers have been compared to envelopes, like envelope. and the letter is our bhav, our feelings. So sometimes we offer so many prayers to Lord, but they are empty envelopes which we are sending. There are no feelings in there. So when we offer prayers to Lord, especially in this case when Arjun is offering prayers, he is deeply thinking that, oh my God, when you are my cousin and I might have done certain things which are inappropriate, that you are Lord yours himself. So he is meditating on those things, and he is really deeply asking for forgiveness for any sort of mistakes he might have done. And that ways he is offering his prayers to Krishna. So our prayers should be full of feelings and not just, tick in the box. Sometimes we have like a list of rituals, get up in the morning, do X, Y, Z, and then puja is also one part of it like that. So instead of having it as tick in the box, maybe we can have it more genuine, more of a connection between him and us, and try to see why exactly am I doing. Most of the times when we do prayers, they come in 4 forms, if I might put it like that. I'm just my memory. So maybe the first part might be out of fear, isn't it? Out of fear that if I don't do this, then what will happen? Like, so when we offer our prayers or puja out of fear that there's something might go wrong, so let me do this puja or like that. So that's out of fear, which is the lowest form. It is good that you are at least connecting to divinity, but it is lowest form of connecting to divinity, that is out of fear. The second way of possibly connecting to divinity is out of duty. That yes, I have to do this. Like, this is like my mom has told me to offer prayers every single morning. I have to do this. That is out of duty and discipline, which is a good thing as well. Higher than fear, which is a good thing, that we have to be disciplined out of duty. The third way of offering prayers would be, I think before that is out of demand. And then comes duty. So the second last way of offering prayers is out of demand. So you want something, you would offer a 5-pound flowers and say that let me get 50% hike in my salary, like that. So what if Krishna says, ye yathamam prapadyante, so he will give you 5-pound increase in your salary? That doesn't work like that, isn't it? So that is one way of connecting to divinity. You want something. Every time we go in front of Krishna, Krishna will be like, oh, he has again came with a shopping list, like that. So I want this and that, like that. So that is a way of connecting. Some people connect like that, which is still okay, because you're still connecting. It's not like you're atheist or something. But the better way of connecting then is through duty, and the best way of connecting with divinity is through love. That I don't want that I'm not fearful of you. Why should I be fearful of my own father? Isn't it? He is our father. So you are my father. I'm not fearful of you. I don't even want anything. You have given me so much. That's more than enough. And my greed will never finish. So thank you so much for that. And the third way, which is out of duty, that yes, it is duty, but still I am offering it out of love. So above and beyond duty, that I'm doing these prayers out of love because I just want to serve you in some way, like that. So that is, these are the 4 ways. We said fear, ask, like demands, and then we said out of duty, and the best way is out of love. That today I have came in front of you just so that I can see you nicely, so that I can have your darshan, and I don't want anything from you, but I just want to be with you, like that. So that's a beautiful way of connecting with divinity. The way we are grown, so most of the times, I am definitely in the fear mode, but most of the times, you are either in fear because something has gone wrong and like Krishna, and then most of the times duty because we have to do certain things. Sometimes Krishna, can you please help me with this, like that. But the best way is love. So we might be here and there, but we have to try to elevate our consciousness so that we can connect with divinity through love, like that. Yeah, I think we can conclude with that. Any corrections or questions? Yes, Mataji. What does it mean, really mechanical? Hmm. So you are saying that when you are praying, how do you know that this is not coming out of my bhav and it is a tick in the box?
We do every day.
Hmm.
So how do we know we are not doing it mechanically?
Hmm.
We are used to do it this way.
Right. Yeah. In a pattern.
You like with you,
Hmm. Yeah.
is that also mechanical?
No, but while we are doing it, because we have to have regulation, isn't it? Because when there is regulation, then only we can do things. Because we have to plan our day. We have to look at the practical aspects of it. But when we are, say, chanting, for example, when we are doing our rounds, we have to be in that moment. So, for example, we're just doing our rounds. But somebody once told me, "Oh, my 16 rounds are done like that. I didn't even came to know." And I was like, "That's not a good thing, actually, because you don't. Where is your mind? Your mind is all over the place. That's why you don't know how your rounds have gone. They have like finished just like that. You should be aware of each and every mantra you chant on that bead. So you are more senior than myself in experience, but." Hmm. 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 Yeah, yes. True, yeah. Yes. Yeah, sure, Mataji. Hmm.
See what happens. I'm in the mood of doing the same thing every day.
Huh.
So my hand reached for the custard. That day, sorry, because it take too long, custard. But I did it, and I said, why did I do it? But this is my way of doing it. I can't how to fit for I can. So I did it. So I'm thinking, is that mechanical?
No, it's not. Yeah, because it is done with full consciousness. I don't think it is mechanical. Yeah. Yeah. Because it is done with full awareness, then it is not mechanical. Mechanical is when you don't know. How, like, you open the fridge and you're like, why did I open the fridge? Because your mind is somewhere else, like that. So that is more mechanical ways of doing things like that. That's what I understand, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll have Aarti at 7 o'clock. Yeah. Krishna.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathannitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, can you put it off, please? Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I think there's no sound, Prabhuji. There's no sound. Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please can you all stand up? We are going to have the Gaur Arati. Can you all please your cushion away, please? Thank you. Thank you. Come on this side. Shri Shri Radha Gokulanand ki, Shri Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande, Arati Ko Shobha. Jivajayo Jayo Gaura Chande, Arati Ko Shobha. Jayo Gaura Chande, Arati Ko Janavi Tatavani Jagamanalo Bhaga Dakine Nitai Chan Bame Gadagada Dakine Nitai Chan Bame Gadagada Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chakradhara Vashi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Vashi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagana
Shamaradulaya. Hari Adhikore Shamaradulaya.